Morning, having me brew. Two things. I wanted to get an original radio and I wanted the decal, or coin apparently it's called, for the 5-speed shifter, the gear knob. The decal I found online through Etsy, of all places, but it had to come from America. So I ordered that 2 weeks ago, cost me $43 in freight for a little coin, basically. So let's have a look. I've got them late last night. I've opened them. Let's have a lookie. They're very sticky. Okay. So that's them there. Into the top of the gear knob. So we'll do that today, and I've got to take ye old Ningy. I've got to take ye old Ningy back out to Carby Bob because the Carby ain't quite right. That's today's adventures. The 5-speed decal, or coin as they're called, were slightly too big for the recess. They came with a sticky back, but I had to use super glue in the end. Off to Carby Bob's to get this looked at and pick up the Carby for the redemption project, the little red Hilux. Let's go. I tried to, but you get busy, sidetracked. I'm just going to freeze it there for a moment. Yes, this is Carby Bob. Bob here has 56 years experience building, rebuilding and tuning Carbys. Now the rest of the video will be pretty much based around him working on the Niggy Nuggets Carby. So if that's going to bore you and you're not really into a masterclass on carburetors, push along, that is fine. People like Bob here are a rare gem. So I think it's really important to listen and learn and take in people's knowledge of such a dying art. Let's get back to it.
Well, when you're doing bench work, it's not hard to do that. Is this new, is it? It's got one little...
Oh, okay. Is it intermittent, is it?
Yeah.
You're going to take everything out.
Hey?
You're going to take it all apart in there.
What we've got to do, I've got to go and get a little drill bit.
Yep.
And go back up that way with it.
Oh my goodness. Mate, that's like a hair.
This should fit inside the accelerator pump jet. See why I had to take that booster tube out is
so you
to
can get in there.
Get down there and get. There was a bit of resistance there to start with.
Okay.
There we go. Did you get that on camera, that nice long shot?
Okay.
Before it was just going blip, blip.
Okay. So that's coming out of the bowl, is it? Still, what's left in the bowl there?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It gets, see that hole there?
Yep.
When you pull the plunger back up, it sucks it in.
Okay.
At the bottom of this, there's a ball, a check valve.
Yep.
So that when it comes up, it can suck the fuel in, but when you push down,
it pushes it out.
The plunger pushes it up through that channel and that ball blocks the hole
okay.
to the return.
Simple.
Yep.
And so when you set these up, you're pretty much going off specs that you know of, hey?
What's that on the bench?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I take the shaft out and rebush the shaft, when you put it all back together, the idle screws in it, but I take the idle screw out anyhow.
Yeah.
And because it goes away and gets.
Because I was thinking with things like the electric choke, how do you set them up to be right?
Oh, there's marks.
Okay. But they can be wrong.
Oh yeah.
Or out. Okay.
Because they lose their tension.
Okay.
So sometimes when you line the marks up, that mightn't be fully closed like that.
Right.
So you've got to go, or what you do is you have that there, and then you wind the choke around because that's hot. It's still open, so
Yep.
I'll spray that with
So what's it supposed to do when I start up in the morning?
It's like that.
But I mean out the back. What am I? Because as I said, it's very lot of smoke and chuggy.
Yeah,
so
I'll explain it to you.
Yep.
It's like that when you start up.
Yep.
You give it one pump, right, and then you start it,
Right.
and then the vacuum pulls back.
Yep.
And see that's not enough.
Okay.
That's why you got to have about that much.
Okay.
So we'll bend that.
That's what you were saying before.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I bent that other one for you. See, by only having a little gap like that, you haven't got enough air to mix with the fuel that's going in, and so it's chuffing black instead of.
Yep. So it's running super rich.
Yeah.
I mean, you want a little bit of richness.
Yeah,
I
you
guess.
want better richness when it's cold.
Okay.
I actually helped a bloke tune his car up in Sydney last night on the phone.
Okay.
Go. Go.
Another one?
Yep.
Mixture?
Yeah. Too lean. Yeah. See how the rig's picked up?
Yeah.
So if you don't have that rich enough, you've got a thing called a progression slot, and that runs too lean, so when you open the butterfly, not enough fuel goes through.
Right. But that works through the rev range, not just at idle speed?
No, it cuts out around about 1300 RPM when the butterfly gets down past the slot.
Okay. Not quite enough? Better, Bob?
Yep.
All done.
All right.
You want me to take it for a spin?
Yeah,
or?
mate, take it for a drive.
Okay. Yeah, see? Why is it doing that? Not happy.
not working.
What is it?
The vacuum advance.
On the distributor.
That's why you...
This?
Yep.
How do I get a new one? What, that just slides out?
Turn her off. See, what happens is once you get up over 900,
Yep.
it starts to advance the timing.
Okay.
That's why I said check your points, because if your points are out too...
I checked them and they're 0.45 they're meant to be.
Yep.
The rotor button's new.
And that doesn't help. That's better off throwing out than
Okay.
in. That hooks onto there.
Right.
So you've got a screw there, one
Yep.
screw. Right. Now,
But where would I find one of these? Or how do you fix them?
I've got a bloke in Caloundra that what we've got to do is we need the number off it.
You want me to, can you read it?
029
029
450
450
dash 6180. 2Y, 3Y, 4Y. Alright. See, when you suck, it's supposed to pull that
Yep.
like that. And
Okay.
advance the timing, and that helps you get going.
Okay. Which is
See,
not doing.
it didn't do it for me,
Yeah.
because I can
Well,
Override.
that's what I've been doing is revving it. That's why I didn't try it then.
yeah, just try and override it a bit to let the mechanical.
Okay.
The,
Well, that's how I've been driving it.
underneath there, you've got mechanical
Okay.
weights, and that they when you rev it up, probably over 15,000 RPM,
Okay.
that stops because the butterfly opens too far for it
Okay.
to get vacuum.
Yep.
So yeah.
Oh, I've got to get that off you. Shit.
What's that?
The Carby and pay you.
Yeah.
I know, but I was going to
That's
get
in
in the
there.
car and drive off.
I wouldn't let you get up the road and ring you.
So is there anything I need to look out for on this one if there's...
Well, just do the same thing on this. When you get it going and get it warm.
Oh, did you adjust the electric choke?
I've got to go out and do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you've got the idle set?
Yeah, that's 2.5 turns out.
Yep.
And that's 1.5 turns before the choke.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So this is the idle?
Yep.
And that's the fuel mixture?
Now at the moment it'll be faster because the choke's on.
Yep.
Because that's your fast idle cam.
Okay.
See, it's got steps on it.
Yep. Oh, so that'll drop down as it warms up?
Yep.
Yep.
That's the choke there.
Yep.
Now that'll have vacuum at idle. So
Right.
bring a pipe round to there.
Okay.
That there is your decel.
Yep.
As you back off, the vacuum comes in and sucks that and pushes that down,
Yep.
and you might have to adjust and stops that from coming right down to idle,
Right.
and it slowly lets it come back to idle.
Okay.
Here we go. See, now when you start it, it'll be like that.
Yep, and then...
Give it another tap.
Yep.
And that'll lift the screw off the...
So you give it a squirt,
Yep,
one pump,
yep. Start it, and then
it'll sit like...
it'll rev high.
Yep.
And then give it another tap, and the choke will pull it down to where it wants it to be. So just leave that there.
So, but that'll like pump it, turn the key and start it, and that'll sit where that position was you just showed me.
Yeah, where that sucks it to.
Okay, and that'll stay like that while it's warming up.
No, it'll open. This
Okay, that'll slide.
it'll turn it, and
Yep.
then it'll override this. And
So
then-
that was sticking, do you think?
well, I had it on the line,
Yeah.
and that was too far back,
Oh, I'm with you. I didn't even see that.
so it was
Yep.
was taking too long to
Okay.
come on. So if you want to start that, we'll see what the revs are.
It's a lot different to what it was. You look like Puffin Billy. All right. You happy?
Yeah. Got the Carby?
Yep, Carby's in the car. Hopefully I'll see you again maybe when you're home all the time, aren't you?
Yeah, just get us a belt.
Yeah. All right, Bob.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
No worries, mate.
Have a safe trip down the coast.
I will. Go and have lunch first.
Yeah. Oh, it's already lunch, isn't it? All right, mate. I'll see you next week. Oh, there's a few issues, but anyway. Let's go home.
Bob has been invaluable. Imagine the time and the cost for me to go somewhere else and diagnose and sort these problems. Bob has done it for so long, he just knows the next step or the next rung in the ladder. Mate, you're a legend and a true gentleman. I couldn't have done any of this without you. Thank you very much. Bob hasn't charged me a dime for the time that he has put into helping me. And to me, that speaks volumes and is just so indicative of an old school mechanic. I'm glad I found you. And for everyone watching, stay tuned. There's another episode coming out, I believe. I'm trying to flog these out. But yeah, find it, buy it, fix it, flip it, have some fun along the way. Remember Rushy, and we'll catch you next time. Ciao.